Sorry, damn it. Yeah. 开玩笑。不能被拍的，就开玩笑。
Welcome to The Wall. Today we'll watch several modern women complaining about their problems with men, and one who goes so far as to claim that the female biological clock is a myth, that the real problem lies with men. Just another speech from the modern narrative trying to dodge reality. Smash that like button. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experience and wisdom in the comments. We'll pin the best one for the whole community. And without further introduction, let's get started.
If you're single and you're not being crazy, what are you doing? Like, actually, what are you doing? Honey, please. Because you could literally be together with someone for the rest of your life in like 3 months from now. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know when you're going to meet the person for you. You should be leveraging this time, especially because it's still summer right now. For those of you talking about fall, I don't want to hear it. Okay, sit down. Like, if you're single and you're bored, the only reason you're bored is because of your own habits and your own choices. You could act crazy and have so much fun and have such good stories. Maybe scare your friends a little bit, but like, it will be worth it. Because one day, maybe soon, maybe not, you could have someone that you kind of have to run things by, right? And you have no idea how quickly that can come and realize for you. So the only way you're ever going to feel ready is if you have the most fun possible right now. That being said, who wants to go to the club this weekend?
This is the perfect example of a woman who lives for the thrill. Today, she prioritizes nightclubs, alcohol, and living in the moment. But once she hits 30, the mileage starts to show. Instead of focusing on building a relationship, taking care of herself, and preserving her value, she burns through stages as if youth were eternal. The irony is that, once time catches up, they expect a high-value man to see them as wife material. But let's be clear, no serious man wants a party girl to build a family with. All that modern talk about freedom and empowerment ends up being just an excuse to live without limits, until the wall reminds them that consequences do come. That's why the wall will keep claiming victims.
Don't listen to the haters. Living alone is one of the best things of all time. I remember my mom used to say, "Aren't you lonely living alone?" It's quite the opposite. Like, nothing does it justice. And so many people will tell you, like, you're not going to want to be by yourself, or it's going to be sad and all this other stuff. But it isn't. It's amazing. And I want to say there are cons to living alone, but the pros far outweigh the cons. And it don't even matter. It don't even got to be like a penthouse or a luxury apartment. It could be just anything that's your own space. Every bit of it is worth it. You cannot tell me otherwise.
I don't even know if I'm gonna post this or if this is dumb of me to like cry about, but I'm gonna be 24 at the end of this month and my birthday's on a Saturday. So I'm trying to plan something either on the Friday, like for something like that weekend. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I'm probably gonna be alone. And I don't know, this is probably like really dumb for me to like cry about, but like I think the reason why I'm so like depressed or like really sad is because I crave relationship. I crave relationship from like family, friends, a relationship. Like I just crave like human connection.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
It's becoming more and more evident what has already been said. By 2030, nearly half of all women will be single. And I'm not surprised. We see it every day. Women who claim to enjoy their independence, but deep down carry anxiety and emptiness. This girl says she's happy alone, that she doesn't need anyone. But just watching her cry reveals the truth. She longs for a real relationship. She craves human connection, to feel cared for, to be seen as important, to have someone who genuinely worries about her life. No fancy apartment or false narrative of the independent life can replace that. The key lies in her own standards. She rejects the average man, the one who's actually in her league, because she's chasing an ideal that doesn't exist. And that's the irony. The more she clings to that illusion, the closer she gets to her inevitable fate. Because the wall always collects, and the wall doesn't forgive.
They finally decided to start studying women's bodies, and guess what they found out? That whole scary female biological clock thing, turns out it's not us, it's the men. Yes, we are born with all of our eggs, and yes, they decline over time, but new research has now shown that our eggs are actually protected from certain aging damage. Meanwhile, sperm gets worse and worse every single year. Slower swimmers, more DNA damage, and less volume. By 40, miscarriage risks go up, and by 45, IVF success rates drop, even if the woman's eggs are young. So instead of telling women to hurry up before they dry up when we are 25, why is nobody telling the men to freeze their sperm?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Up until the early 2000s, it was both normal and expected to be dating multiple people at the same time until somebody specifically asked you to be boyfriend or girlfriend. Everybody's saying social media ruin relationships. Y'all are right, but not for the reason you think. Because it made y'all think that just being romantically interested in a person lays you claim to their attention and exclusivity. It does not. You have to promise commitment and have them agree to commit to you.
Interesting. The issue comes down to how many shots each one has. While a man, with each shot, has millions of options, it's not the same for a woman. It may be true that sperm quality declines with age, but there are other factors, like comfort, bad habits, and above all, a man's condition. Most men have children after 30, since most women tend to pair up with men who are older than them. That means, either way, men have more time. As for what the girl said, that people used to ask to be in a relationship, it's also true that back then, people had integrity and commitment. They didn't date multiple people at the same time while getting to know someone else. But now, with the unlimited options that dating apps offer, they think they can go out with anyone who crosses their path.
Don't sleep with your coworker. Do not sleep with your coworker. The only reason why you find them attractive is because you're around them 40 hours a week, 8 hours a day. Do not sleep with your coworker. I am begging you. Because the minute that you leave that establishment, the clarity is going to kick in. And you're going to realize, oh, they weren't really that attractive. I was just delirious.
Okay, my next Sydney question for everyone is, how are we dating? So I really want to find a partner. I love loving someone. I thought moving to a new city, it may be easier because I'm new, I'm putting myself out there, whatever. And I was on the phone with my sister this morning. She's like, Ab, you need to meet someone organically. I'm like, I am trying. So I need to know, how are we doing it? Does it happen? And is it me that's the problem?
Stop it. Get some help.
The delusions of the modern woman, sleeping with her coworker. We all know that many women have a weakness for men in positions of power, so it's no surprise to hear office rumors or stories about empowered, married women in the corporate world who end up cheating with a coworker. Spending 8 hours a day locked in with a man who constantly flirts in a casual way often leads to something. Though it has to be said, these days, men are being much more careful because harassment lawsuits in companies are everywhere. And about the woman in Australia, what is there to say? You ruined courtship yourselves. In places like Sydney, the situation is so extreme that women now have to make the first move because men are afraid of getting reported to the police. Modern feminism destroyed dating and courtship.
I've been giving a lot of thought recently as to why I'm single, and one thing keeps sticking out of my mind, and that is multiple people in my life have told me something along the lines of, you know, Taylor, it's going to take a very special type of man to be with you, to hold you down. Okay. What the does that mean?
Provided men do not want nice girls. They want brats. Okay, let me explain. You're a people pleaser, which means the way you're showing up in relationships is causing you to attract and stay with men who end up needing mothering. Whether it's because they're passive, avoidant, selfish, whatever the vice is, somehow this male is a dusty. And how do I know that you've been with a dusty? You are way too reasonable, way too flexible, and way too empathetic in your relationships, which is why you keep attracting men that eventually need you to become their mother. They can actually sense something in your energy that screams, oh, she'll bend for me. Oh, she'll adjust her life to me. No. True provider men love high maintenance women because men and women in their most natural, healed and healthy forms look like this. Men love to be of service. It gives them energy. And women look after themselves and then serve everyone only from their overflow. So in order for that to work, men have to put the woman first, the woman puts the woman first, and then together they make a happy family.
Redhead, that means you're unbearable. You need a man with a very passive personality to put up with you. Women who talk about what men want. Why don't they just listen to what men are actually asking for? A man simply wants a woman who supports his life path, who is sweet, who shows acts of service, who brings peace, who isn't argumentative, who tells the truth, and who makes him feel loved and happy when he's with her. It's really not that hard. The problem is that many buy into the myth that the worse you treat a man, the more he falls for you. That's a lie. High-value men don't invest in difficult women. On the contrary, they avoid them. The man who stays does so with his guard up, because he knows everything she does comes with conditions. The woman who wins is the one who understands that being sweet, feminine, and supportive doesn't make her weak. It makes her valuable. There's a reason for the old saying, a drop of honey catches more flies than a gallon of gall.
Women.
We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Why don't modern women listen to men? What do you think about the idea that a man's sperm gets worse over time? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.